Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I thought I would do another one of these style of videos because a lot of people really enjoy them, and I did work on the noise a little. I readjusted the mic so that it doesn't mess with stuff. And yeah, let's just relax. We'll work on one of my little busy projects here, and let's talk about this topic. Alright, so what's going on with Michael Phelps, all those cupping bruises, for those, we'll talk about cupping here further, and the Olympics. Alright. As someone who's been around a lot of athletes, a lot of very serious athletes, there's something a lot of people may not know about serious competitive athletes, professional athletes, even scholarship athletes, things like that. And that is that athletes will literally try anything that can enhance their recovery, that has any potential to enhance their recovery. They don't care what it is. Even if it only has a 1% or a 3% chance that it might work, a top-level athlete at the serious level, at the top of their game, will take that risk. They will take that gamble. Because if something hasn't been proven to work, and it does work, and there's a 3% chance it might give them some extra recovery, and they do it, and their competition doesn't do it, and it's close, that's going to give them an edge in competition. That could make the difference between a gold medal and a silver medal. So Michael Phelps has all these cupping marks. I saw a special on this a few years ago because some athletes were messing with this a few years back, and I recall doing some reading on it. Scientists don't think it worked. They don't think it does anything, but essentially it is a method to where they put little glass, like bottle-looking things all over your body, particularly your back. And again, it is a Chinese method, and they apply suction until it actually pulls fluid through the skin. Now, the idea here is that this eliminates toxins from the body, and there is a qi component to it. So it, in theory, could eliminate negative energy from the body. Now, why would that matter to an athlete? Why would they go for something that might seem silly like that? Because recovery is everything. You take someone like Michael Phelps. I believe it came out a few years back that his training week is actually up to 48 hours per week. He is in training for competition up to 48 hours every week. That is absolutely an enormous training load. Ridiculous. So for someone who's training 48 hours a week to be the best in the world, and he is among the best in the world, he has been a gold medalist. I don't know how many times, but I know he has at least one. He might have several now that I think about it. So you are talking about an athlete at the absolute top of his game, training up to 48 hours per week. That's more than a lot of people's full-time job. Just training. Not to mention his eating and everything else. The guy's food bill is enormous, by the way. But someone who's doing that, recovery is everything. His body is being taxed to the absolute limits. I mean, you have to think about that in terms of just the tax and the stress that puts upon the human body. Anything that he can do to enhance recovery, even if it's psychosomatic, psychological. I mean, you see these guys do a lot of stuff. I'll give you guys some other examples in a minute, but anything that can even just calm him, something that can calm you down, could make the difference, could make or break you in that sort of extreme training environment where you're riding that bleeding edge. Every aspect of your life has to be taken into consideration, because anything that gets out of balance in your life will absolutely beat you up when you're training like that. You won't be able to recover. So, recovery is everything. Absolutely everything to a top athlete. And I've even seen that in NFL players and football players that I've known. You see the exact same thing. They're obsessed with recovery and with sleep. And rightly so. So, they will try anything. Anything that they get any expert or coach or doctor tells them might improve their recovery, they will do it. You will see them spend money doing it. And they will combine 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different methods together, hoping just a couple of them work. Because if a couple of them work, they've now got an advantage. So you will see them do everything from contrast baths to saunas to active recovery to meditation, relaxation tapes, biofeedback. Actually, biofeedback has turned out to be pretty effective for top-level athletes, for those curious. It works very well. But they will do anything. Anything that helps them sleep. It doesn't matter whether it's melatonin or trazodone or human growth hormone, which has been found to improve sleep. They will do it, and rightly so. It doesn't mean that it's going to be worthwhile for all of you to do it, because your entire life doesn't focus around recovery. Most of you aren't training at that bleeding edge to where a 0.5% edge could make the difference between first place and 20th place, and your entire career and livelihood and legacy could depend upon it. Most people who are training are not that serious. You're not at that level. And so there's no need to obsess over these things. But when you're Michael Phelps and you're trying to win another gold medal, and it is your entire life goal and identity, yeah, you're going to try anything, absolutely anything. Doesn't mean it's going to work, and they go into it playing a numbers game. Athletes will, again, try 10 different things to improve recovery, just hoping for that 1 or 2 or 3 that gives them a little bit of edge. It doesn't matter if the other 7 don't work or do anything, even if they paid thousands of dollars for them. It doesn't matter. If 3 of them work out of the 10 things that they try, they're good to go. Now, sometimes there can be some extreme negative side effects, such as that bruising all over his body from those extreme vacuum suction cups being applied, but he's willing to take that risk, and that's what you have to do to be the best. You have to be willing to try everything that might work and put it together into a comprehensive package and hope that just enough of this stuff works. They play a numbers game because, again, you're in a highly competitive environment. If you come up with a way to recover 1% faster than your competition, you're going to be able to train harder than them. You're going to be able to adapt better than they do. You're going to beat them. And 1%, again, can make the difference between first place and 20th place when you start talking about the world level or top level of any professional sport. 1% is a world, entire worlds apart. So yeah, they're going to try anything. And again, you can't blame him. Even though this one seems really silly, it does have a big following in certain like Eastern medicine circles. And I've even known of or heard of, when I was reading on this one years ago, there were some Chinese doctors who were actually advocating this as a way to treat certain diseases. Now, the other kicker with something like this is your mind is everything. There can be a psychosomatic response to these things. For example, if you've been told by a doctor who works with athletes that this will improve your recovery, it will remove toxins from your body, it will remove cortisol and negative energy from your body, if you believe it strong enough, maybe it will. The mind is an absolutely powerful thing. And if you believe that it will, and he's seeing outward signs like that bruising, showing a physical effect, the psychosomatic response from that could be enormous. He might sleep better. It might lower his cortisol levels. And if it does all of that because he believes it's working, then it will work. And he will have lower stress hormones, less cortisol in his body, get a better night's sleep, produce more melatonin when he sleeps, and therefore more growth hormone when he sleeps. And it will help him win. So the real question becomes, if something like that, does it work? Yeah, it actually might through a different pathway. But again, the thing to remember, most of us are not at that level with our training. Our entire life and career and legacy doesn't depend upon us getting a 0.5% advantage somewhere. For an Olympic athlete, it does. So it doesn't mean that you guys should run out and try this, but it is interesting to talk about what's going on with the way they train, the way they live their lives, the mentality of a world champion. It's always interesting to at least look at. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.